This is part 4 of the Big Business 2024 Countdown. Thank you so much for listening. My name is Sarah, and I'm your host and coach. And yeah, I'm taking you down a mindset lane. And I wanted to share this with you because I think that a mindset is so important for the work that you're doing. It doesn't really matter what you're doing. You know, if you're an artist, if you're working in healthcare, it doesn't really matter what you're doing. But yes, you need a strategy. Of course, I'm kind of contradicting myself later on in this podcast, but mindset is really important. And I noticed this. My mindset has really shifted the last summer, 4 months ago, and I realized I was not betting on the right horses, and I really thought I needed to change. And so I'm going to start with a little bit of storytelling on what my evolution was. So 2 years ago, I started with the pilot of my coaching business, and it was during Black Friday, and I was following a coaching program, and I was led to believe that in order to have an online business, so I knew I wanted to have an online business. I knew I wanted it to be a coaching business coaching, because I was an interim manager before, and I wanted to work with solopreneurs, freelancers, people who are working in their business mostly alone, and that's what I decided, that I wanted to work with that group of people. And I was led to believe that I needed so many things in order to have my coaching business, whilst actually right now it's super simple. So when I just started, I created a funnel, I had web forms, I had 15 lead magnets, and lead magnets are PDFs or guides or anything you create, and then people can download it, and then you get their email address, and they're on your list and everything. And my podcast was going to my offers the whole time, was also going to free lead magnets. My website was going to all of my offers. I had a fancy type form. I was seriously looking into doing ads. I did try it a little bit, but then I thought, no, this is not for me. And I think for everyone, there's a different level to everything. But so I started out with all these bells and whistles actually in my business, whilst right now it is really night and day, how I started and what it looks like right now. So for instance, I'm not having, one of my coaches is calling them Harry Potter sales pages. And with Harry Potter, she means like really long texts. I don't have that anymore. I don't have... I'm not sending people DMs anymore about, you have to join my offer. No, I'm not doing that anymore. It's actually very easy. I'm living in the Netherlands, so it's very easy for me to use, also because of the payment provider and everything. But this could be for everything. But my sales page right now is just a plug and pay page. And that's it. There is no sales page. And I was thinking about creating another sales page, but I'm just not doing it, because people are buying from that plug and pay page, because what I'm focusing on right now mostly is Instagram stories and LinkedIn posts and some emails, but not anymore all of those bells and whistles and having someone lure into my funnel. It just already didn't feel good, and I didn't do it. So that's just it. Right, I just have that, and I still have a website. Sometimes I'm updating it, but it feels like a nuisance. So I really want to get rid of it. I'm still working on that. What I spoke about last week about my content plan, it's really also part of the big plan. But yeah, so it's now just from me. And when I was working with all of those funnels and things, I was working with a technical virtual assistant, and I had to give, it was not a good collaboration. And, it's, and that's also mostly on my part, because I was not ready for that. I was not really so much up for the job to lead a team, because I had multiple people in my team. And, and it's so interesting to see that I thought that I needed that. And that was mostly, I think, ego driven. But now it's just really, my business is just from me. I don't have a team right now. And so I don't need anything else but me. I don't need new appliances. I don't need a new website. I don't need any, I'm using this ring light right here. I'm using the microphone right here. I'm using a camera. If you're watching on YouTube, yes, I'm using my Rodecaster, but it took me 40 episodes of creating podcast, 40 weeks, to actually buy it, to actually give it to myself. So anything you think you need, throw it out of the window. All you need is the thing that you have and the audacity to sell what you have. So you do not need a launch strategy. You do not need a sales plan. And I'm contradicting myself because I'm helping my clients with this, right? But bear with me. You don't need actually anything outside of you. You also don't need many followers. I am literally the living example why you don't need many followers, because I still have a lot of clients. You just need to trust yourself. And so if you are struggling with a difficult launch strategy, a VA that's not doing what you're saying, stop that. Stop that right now. If a launch is difficult, if a process in your business is currently difficult, stop. Stop working on that. Go sit with yourself and go back to the beginning. What got you into this? Why have you started this? I did a lot of this kind of work last summer. It was hard. And right now it's a daily practice for me, because it does allow me to no longer be in that rat race that I created for myself, because you did create it for yourself. I'm sorry. It's not a very popular topic, this actually, but I thought that you as a listener deserved to learn this and to hear about this. And I really had to unlearn worrying. This was a big thing for me. So I was always worried about anything that could happen in my business, and I unlearned it. Well, of course, still it creeps in, but then I know what to do. So there is always going to be an excuse on why you can't show up, right? And that's also a message that people don't like to hear. People blaming the algorithm, saying that Instagram is not good for, if you're posting a video, it's not good. No, it's not about the algorithm. It's about the people. There's always things that you cannot control. And so with my clients in my Big Business Mastermind video course, actually the second program that I created, I had this tool that is called the pyramid exercise from Mike Dooley. And then you would draw a pyramid on a piece of paper and then draw a line right across the middle. And then say to yourself, things you can control are in the left part of the pyramid, and things you cannot control in the right part of the pyramid. And so it doesn't matter if you're launching something, if you're creating something, if you're planning something, there's always going to be things that you cannot control. And by writing this down, and this still helps my clients, and it also still helps me, by writing this down, okay, there's always going to be things that I cannot control. But if you truly believe in what you sell, in what you create, in what you put out in the world, I don't know, what is your exact jam, nothing outside of you can stop you. When you truly know what your offer does to people, you can sell it. Even if the circumstances are really bad. Of course, there are exceptions, but in most cases I'm thinking, yes, but come on, you can also push it. And you're not going to push yourself in a burnout, but are you really doing that? So if you cannot do that, that's, immediately, I don't want to judge you or whatever. If you cannot do that, if it doesn't work, you might want to look and recreate and make it better so that you really feel it. And I really strongly believe in this. And so do anything in your power to see how your program, your music, your anything changes people's lives. And this is really going to be a daily habit. And this is, maybe to you, it sounds like something boring, but go do that work. Go deep inside of yourself. Go sit with yourself and feel what you're doing for others. We're not going to blame the algorithm. We're not going to blame our family. We're not going to blame any other circumstances. No, we are going to sit with ourselves and we are going to feel it. Believe it or not, people feel if you've done that work or not. People notice when the energy is off, and people notice when you're not that, but people also notice when you've done the work. So when I had done the work after last summer, I noticed people just stepping in like crazy. They all wanted to work with me because I had cleaned that up, because I didn't want to drag my baggage with me the whole time, because people didn't have to do anything with that. So clean up what you're struggling with, and you can do this whilst you're still selling, right? So I was still running my business whilst I was cleaning everything up. And how did I do that? I followed many trainings. I did a lot of this sitting with myself, looking at everything that I've done already, and that's the work, really. Go sit with yourself, journal. It's really up to you. Maybe you want to meditate. Maybe you want to write down all the things that you're grateful for. Give yourself a lot of compliments. And also, what I also did is that I make my products better, my programs better. My coaching was better. I invested in an education to be a better coach, and I spend a lot of time on that. And so this is why I'm getting better each day, and I know that I need to do that. So clean this up, and you can still do everything, but whilst you're creating and whilst you're selling, you can still do everything. But I think the growth mindset for 2024 is really going to be about this, is to really go inside of yourself. I've done it now for a couple of months, and it has really been magical for my business. It's really changed my business, not just for sales, but also what I'm seeing that my clients are doing and how my clients are working. For instance, with 9 Lives, my program for employees, for people who are working for a boss, those people in there are thriving. It's incredible what I'm seeing. And it's also because they subscribe to the program, they subscribe to themselves, but they're seeing what others are doing, and they're getting my audio exercises and everything just, adds up. And of course, the people who are showing up, they are the ones who are getting the results. And also when it gets hard, and also when I'm coaching them, okay, yeah, maybe you need to work on that. So that's what this podcast is about. So if you want to have a mindset that is going to make you super, super resilient for the upcoming year, this is it. This is it. I think this is the key. So yes. I'm also going to share more about this in my Behind Big Business Masterclass on Monday, December 18th. I hope you can listen to this podcast before I'm doing that masterclass, and it's going to be in my free Facebook group at noon Amsterdam time, and you can subscribe to my free Facebook group through the link. I will put it in the show notes, and it's going to be half an hour where I'm sharing exactly all the processes I went through, how I got to this idea of this resilient mindset, and all the things that happened to me this past year. And I cannot wait to share it with you, because it is actually a lot of value. And I'm going to give away a lot, actually, for free. So it's just the only thing you have to do is to apply to the Facebook group. And if you don't have time for that, you can always rewatch the replay if you are in the Facebook group. And so this was very much a motivation mindset part of the countdown for 2024. And next week, we're going to talk about your personal life. Thank you so much for listening. Let me know what your thoughts are on this. If there is some resistance, I would love to hear about that, because I want to help you.